Hello Virgo, welcome back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new, welcome. Hope you enjoy the reading. This is a general life reading. Please don't forget to like and share or like and subscribe. I've already shuffled and laid out the cards. If you want to stay on for the love reading, that will be following straight afterwards. Otherwise, you can use the timestamp below and go straight there. Okay, so let's have a look. Right, we seem to have... I'm going to start with the 10th house here. The 10th house is to do with your career aspirations, but it can also be to do with your reputation, your fame, if that is something that you are involved in. But it's your profile, you know, how others see you. It can also be about authority figures and dealing with those, either working under them or governmental situations. It can also be to do with an authority figure in your actual environment. Now this can be like a father figure or a somebody else that you kind of look up to. It can be masculine or feminine, but quite often it's associated with an authority figure, somebody who has some power and authority in your life. Now it can also be to do with you know, what you are moving towards from a career perspective. So this can be like your purpose or your you know, what you're building up, what you're trying to build up at this time. So now we have underneath, we've got the Grand Cross Provoker, and then at the top we've got Damara Guiding Children. So this can be read in a number of ways. The Grand Cross is saying that there's quite a bit of energy on you at the moment. Now this is normally from different angles, 4 different angles coming down on you. So it can feel like pressure, a lot of pressure, and it's coming from all different areas, all different ways, all different directions. And it's almost like the energies are competing with each other. It's got that very strong energy. It can be a very frustrating energy. It can be very like pressurized, you know. It can make it, diamonds are created with this kind of pressure. So it's kind of digging deep to find out where you need to go and what you need to do. But it can also be about juggling or multitasking with all your skills, all your abilities, and trying to, you know, using all of that to move yourself forward. You could have a lot of opportunities coming at you all at once, or it could be to do with something that you're trying to do and you've got literally one hurdle after another coming like that, you know, just coming at flowing at you from all different angles. So it's very much about inner strength, learning how to use your inner strength. It's about building up stamina, fortitude, determination. There is success on the other side of this, and you will learn a lot during this process. It's a very steep learning curve, this. But it can feel a bit frustrating at times because you just seem to sort one thing out and then something else comes up. So it's a bit like putting out fires, or you are using all your, you know, everything that you've got to work your way through multiple directions and multiple things happening. So that all comes in with the Grand Cross. Now we have got at the top Damara Guiding Children. So this may be, you may be involved with children or children's activities. There could be from a career perspective, or it could be something that you're involved in where you've got a higher profile to do with children. It can also be involved with children's things, you know, things to do with children. So it says here, you are good at helping, counseling and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. So as I said, it could be a profession thing, or it could be a legacy that you're building up for your own children, if that is something that you're working on. But it's like a goal. It's an ambition that you have, you know. So it could also be saying that aspects or things associated with children may be coming into your 10th house in some form. Now, it could also be that the counseling may be coming in as well, because counseling is coming in on the 7th house here. So it could be to do with that. But it can also be to do with your inner child, you know. If none of those other things are resonating for you, then it could be to do with your inner child, which is, it may be something in your 10th house, which is kind of, the Grand Cross is a catalyst for movement and also for change, all right? So it seems that something needs to be addressed here, or something needs to be heard. And it could very well be your own inner child is trying to tell you something, or you have suppressed some aspect of your inner child's voice, or something that you longed or wanted to do when you were a child, and it's got to do with what you want to do in your life, you know. So it could be to do with that, but inner child comes in very strongly with tomorrow, or anything to do with children whatsoever. So it's quite often to do with something that has been ignored or put aside, or it hasn't been acknowledged in some form. It could have been silenced through parental things or through schooling even, you know. Some aspect may have just been suppressed, and it's time to let that out now. Listen and go with what you feel, and listen to, you know, go back to your earlier days and see what it is that perhaps has been pushed aside or needs to come out now at this time. Now, we have also got Sikh coming in here, quiet time. So take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. All right. So somewhere in all of your goings on here, there's a lot of transformation occurring. You're going to need to do this on a regular basis. And I say that because Grand Cross can put you under a lot of pressure with regards to time, or the timing of things. So prioritization, prioritizing things, having times in the day when you do certain things, or planning times in to do with your children, or these children's aspects, or things to do with children, or whatever they may be. It can also be listening, as I said, to your inner child. So you may need to plan this in, especially if you've got a lot going on. Prioritization, time management, and stamina, you know, actually working through things. It can also be consolidation of things, can come in with Grand Cross. It can also be about communication with others. So this may be to do with your own children, or to do with your own inner child, as I said. And this may require going inward. Quiet time is always about spending time. So it says here, take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. There's something to do with that which is going to help you. It's going to give you guidance with everything that is occurring at this time, but you need to listen. Meditation is about listening, all right? Listening to yourself and listening to God, you know, whatever spirit guidance that you get. It could even just be impressions, or it could also be songs, lyrics. You know, information can come to you from many different sources, but you need to be in that contemplative, present frame of mind, and that will help you to open the gates to allow that information, and also to allow information to bubble up, or guidance to bubble up. And I feel that may be to do with the inner child situation. But see, quiet time is going to be required on and off here through a number of situations, and that's going to help you navigate, especially through this Grand Cross situation. Now we have got the 7th house. 7th house is to do with relationships. Now this is normally close, personal, one-on-one relationships. Now this can be a committed partnership. Now that can be, sorry about the dogs barking. That can be to do with a love relationship, but it can also be to do with a partnership, like a business partnership. So any close, personal, one-on-one partnership, but it can also be somebody that you're very close to, like a really, really close friend. It can also be other people that you may be very closely associated with. It could even be this authority figure. So it's about that. It can also be about marriage. It's normally a committed, or engagement, or marriage, something like that. It's normally a committed relationship that comes in, a love relationship that comes into the 7th house. It can also cover the lower courts. So this may be to do with legal matters. You've got the 9th house here, so that could also be coming in. It could also be to do with, you know, balancing things between you and another, or between you and others that you are close to at this time. Because 7th house is the Libra house, So that's about balance. So coming to balance in things. It can also be your social intelligence, you know, awareness and interacting with others on a close personal basis. Now, at the bottom, we've got Mars coming in, and then at the top, we've got Dana High Priestess. So the Dana High Priestess is always about imparting knowledge of some kind in some way. Now, this could be, as I said, to a business partner, or it could be to a friendship, or it could be to your marriage partner or your relationship partner. It could also come in through the social awareness, interacting with others on a personal kind of a basis. It could be coming in from that. If you are a legal person, it could be related to that, the lower courts. Now, the Mars is always about taking action in some way. Now, it's got force there, so the Mars energy is very powerful. This can be extremely powerful. So it depends on your Mars and how you are built and how you utilize Mars in your chart. But it's basically about action, your will. It's the god of war. It can also be about how you get things done. Venus is always about what you like or what you want, and Mars is how you get it. It's that going after, that hunting energy. But it can also be about defending yourself, or facing a challenge, or kind of putting your cards on the table and being very clear about a direction that you want to go in. Now, with this energy, it can also bring in impatience or quick temper. There could also be egos around, people's egos. As I said, in the 7th house, that's entirely possible. That could be an issue that needs to be dealt with. But I feel this is mostly to do with starting something or pushing forward on something. But it can also be, obviously, in a relationship. It can be to sexuality, it can be to passion. It could also be something that is going to motivate this relationship to move forward in some way. With the Mars energy is that initiation. And it might be a really great idea, or it could be an action that needs to be taken in some form here. But it's initiating something and moving forward. In some ways, it can be bulldozing, so just be careful with that. As I said, the ego things do come in sometimes, but certainly I feel it's about taking action, moving forward on something that needs to occur here. Now, with the Dana High Priestess, as I said, this is about receiving intuition and guidance, which we already talked about with Sich. Getting information. There is communication here, and she's got a lot of blue, but it's also about your will, which is your solar plexus, your confidence, your solar plexus chakra, but also your throat chakra, which is your will and your voicing things. So things need to be said here, but it's following guidance. It says you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So this may be giving guidance to your person or to another, or through a justice situation, legal situation, or it could be through interacting with others where you impart knowledge. Now, normally Dana is to do with coursework, seminars, workshops, things like that, imparting knowledge or putting it down into publishing, something like that. Now, this could be that even that you and your person may need to go into some sort of counseling situation. That can also happen. But it's to do with communication, and there is confidence involved here and moving forward, but also learning and downloading information and imparting it to others. But these are people that are in your immediate environment, or those that you are specifically working with at this time. Now, we have also got the 9th house coming in. But before I go on with that, I just want to mention that Mars, this Mars energy is going to be important, I feel, in this month for a number of reasons. But because you've got the Sagittarius energy, you've also got Scorpio, and as I said, the Mars and the 9th house. The 4th of December is a solar eclipse, and that will be in Sagittarius. All right, and that's on the 4th of December. It's conjunct Mercury, and then you've got Chiron sitting in Aries, which is retrograde. Chiron is always about the past, wounds, emotional wounding and healing of all kinds, whether it's a physical healing or an emotional healing. And Mercury is always about expression, communication of all kinds. So I feel something will be said or communicated, or you will receive information, and it's going to bring up something from the past, or an older wounding, or it's to do with putting that to bed, airing something to do with that and actually dealing with it. So 4th of December. Then the other aspect coming in is 8th of December. Mars will be in Scorpio. We've got Scorpio here. Mars will be in Scorpio, and it's going to be squaring Jupiter, which is the ruler of Sagittarius. So I feel that, again, that date, Scorpio is always about things coming up from underneath. It's to do with sexual matters. It's also to do with the death of things, and this can be physical deaths, but it's normally to do with ego deaths, and I did mention ego here. It could also be to do with birthing or rebirthing, regeneration, and so on. and it's squaring Jupiter, and Jupiter wants to free things. Jupiter wants to be expansive. Jupiter wants to bring adventure and exploration into anything. It wants to expand your knowledge, expand what you're doing, and give you opportunities and luck. So I feel that there's going to be a little bit of a square is going to highlight some sort of weakness or some sort of area that needs to be worked on. So that is the 8th of December. Then on the 14th of December, Mars will then move into Sagittarius. And again, the Sagittarius energy is Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is very expansive, but it's also about seeing the big picture in some way. You could have luck. You could have opportunity. You could also have heightened intuition at that time, which is what we said with the Sikh quiet time. You need to access that, especially with the 9th house. Sagittarius, 9th house is Sagittarius house. So it could also be expansion of some kind, whether it's a physical expansion through travel, or it could be through learning institutions and so on. So there's something coming in again 14th of December. And then Jupiter, which is the ruler of Pisces, is the ruler of Sagittarius, moves into Pisces on the 30th of December. And I feel that's going to bring an opportunity, or it's going to cool things down, or it's going to create expansion in that area. And Pisces is always about dreams and about emotional things. It's also about connecting to your spiritual self or the universe. It can also be about overcoming things, moving past things as well. So all of these aspects coming in. Now, 9th house, as I said, to do with higher education. So this is universities, adult education. It can also be to do with learning about aspects to do with philosophy, religion, or belief systems. Belief systems in the world are undergoing a massive transformation now. You have got the transformation card. It's also to do with the intuition and intuitive processes. So that could be very strong right now. You've got sensitivity at the top there and Sagittarius at the bottom. So intuition is going to be peaked during this period. So use your intuition to guide you, as I said. It can also be about, it could be foreign travel or long distance travel. That may come in for some of you, but it can also be internal travel, as in exploring your mind or philosophy, religion, and belief system. So it's like opening your mind to certain things. It can also be learning from an educational point of view, but it could also be to do with the law, or legal matters may be featuring. All of these things come in with the 9th house. It could also be around publishing. Something may be coming in to be published or expressed in some way. And teaching also comes in, and I said there was children coming in here, and you've also got High Priestess, which is to do with that. Okay, expression of knowledge in a format, or taking knowledge in which you're going to pass on to others. So the 9th house can be all of those things, very expansive house. Journalism may even be coming up in that. But it's also to do with going on a sort of a sacred quest or a journey of some sort, whether it's internal or external, seeking the truth in some way. Now, with the Sagittarius energy, as I said, very expansive. This is a luck or a breakthrough possibly coming in. It could also be to do with getting your knowledge or your wisdom or your whatever it is that you want to spread it out into the world. And it could be via foreign channels or people that are from other countries. It can also be people that are, you could be connecting with them online. It could also be to do with a business which has got foreign concepts attached, like import and export, customs, things like that. Maybe that's coming in. Very expansive house. It's also about expression and opinions, and it may be that with the sensitivity house, you could have a few people around you who are very opinionated at the moment. Sagittarian people can be like that. Sometimes they go over the top with what they need to say. They can sometimes be very blunt, So be careful what you're expressing at that time. It could be somebody else around you, but it could also be what you are saying right now. So this is about being expansive and motivating and inspiring, but just be careful that you don't go overboard. It could be over too much of something. going over the top in some way, shape or form here, because you have got white Tara sensitivity. So you are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations and chemicals. It could also be to do with taking something into your body which is not good for you. Now, this could be a chemical substance. It could be anything that you're taking into your body. It could also be via media. You could be exposing yourself to too much negative media or negative opinions of others. Or it could be aspects that you're just not, that are just not going to work for you in this house. It could be travel related, you know. So be careful what you take into your body. Be careful what you allow in. Go through your home, remove toxic things, and also this could be toxic ideas in the 9th house. It could also be environmental, as in, you know, going somewhere or journeying to somewhere which is actually not suitable for you. You may have to filter out the noise or aspects that you're taking into the body which are not working for you because you're increasingly sensitive. So this is a good time to go into the intuitive process. As I said, the quiet time, listen to your intuition, let that guide you, and learn and understand and explore things, but just be discerning about what you are doing, okay? And this could, you know, as I said, it could even be, some of you may be traveling to go and visit certain people at this time of the year. End of the year, it does happen for Christmas or New Year or whatever the situation will be, but be careful with that, and limit exposure to those who are going to trigger you, or to situations or environments that are going to trigger you, okay? Be careful with that, especially this time of the year. We have also got, as I said, Scorpio transform. So somewhere in amongst here, it could have been to do with the Mars energy, which is in Scorpio until the 14th of December. It's saying that some things may come up now with the Scorpio energy. Things rise up from underneath. But it can also be to do with sexuality, which may come into the 7th house. It could also be to do with, as I said, you know, the death of something, or the falling away of something. So this is normally a death associated with a transition from you know, within you, and this is normally to do with an ego death. It can in some cases be a physical death, but it's usually to do with other aspects of your life which are falling away or transforming in some way, shape or form. It can also be a rebirth or a regeneration, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So all of those issues come in. It can also be airing things rising up which need to be said or expressed, and this can be in the form of fears or anger, even manipulation, which comes from a fear, actually could be rising up. All of these things, as I said, there may be some ego issues coming in, whether it's yours or somebody else's. It can also be somebody engineering things, you know, that could also be coming in with Scorpio. Control, manipulation does come in with the Scorpio energy as well. So what you want to do is tap into the psychic side of Scorpio. As I said, with your Sikh quiet time and your 9th house, you want to go that route rather, and listen to what is being said and what is coming into your awareness, and dealing with things that come up in a balanced and a communicative way, you know. So all of that, but transformation, something is transforming within your environment here. With it could even be career related, something could be coming up to do with that. Something is being transformed. It could even be an old attitude or a belief or something which has been sitting in underneath. And this is where the guiding children, as I said, with the self, listening to your inner child. It could be something from your inner child or your early childhood, which may be rising up now, and it needs to come out. Something needs to be expressed, or you need to listen, you know, something to do with that. We've also got Yod that came in. The Yod is your destiny card, and I feel that may be triggered with this Mars energy. It may even come out with the Grand Cross, putting you under so much pressure. It could also be with the Sagittarius, some sort of breakthrough or opportunity. But the Yod is about finding your special purpose in life, all right? Finding that and working on it. Or it may be a journey that you're on in order to find this. This may be step by step. You may not see the next step even. You may not have the path revealed in front of you. The Yod can be like that. This can be literally listening to your inner guidance, as I said, your GPS, and following that and that only. So finding your own inner truth and listening to that, and just going one step at a time. If the whole journey was revealed to you, you wouldn't go for it because it would just be too much, you know. That is why you get one step at a time so that you can achieve each milestone and move forward. It can also be that you are out of step with others at this time. You may find that other people around you, whether it's a partner or whether it's friends or family, just are not on the same page as you. They're marching to their own drummer, and so are you. And that's purposeful in this, because you need to be in this space where you are following your own guidance and your own truth. You may be working alone. You may be working in secret. You may also be literally following a path which requires quite a bit of sacrifice and trying and you know, the Grand Cross can also be about that, trying to move forward, moving determinedly forward, listening to your guidance, and quite a lot of time and effort is going to be required. But there is success on the other side of this, okay? There is success, and there is on the other side of the Grand Cross as well. So don't be put off if you find yourself in the situation where you know you're on your purpose, you know you're following your destiny, but the path isn't 100% clear. All right, you just got to listen to your own intuition and your guidance and your own GPS, your own inner GPS, and you will get there. There is success. This builds up tremendous strength. It's a learning curve, as I said, with the Grand Cross. Learning curve, you're going to learn a lot about this process. You're going to learn a lot about yourself, and it builds up stamina and inner strength on this journey. We've also got boldness, so I do feel that you will have to take a few bold steps here and there, but listen to your guidance. Follow that, all right? When you get a knowing or an understanding or an intuition about something, follow that, okay? Follow your gut, but be bold in that. Move forward, which is what the Mars energy is saying, okay? And then lastly, we have Six of Winter. So this is the bottom of the Fairy Tarot. Oh, actually, sorry, there's one here before. I want to just go through. Eight of Autumn. Do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeships. Excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. So this could very well be coming in to do with the 9th house, as I said, or it could be to do with the 10th house. So it's saying that you need to go within, but you also need to be doing some bookwork or research on the internet or whatever is appropriate for you. So in the forms of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeships. This could also be coming in to do with this Dana, High Priestess, where you are getting ready to transmit information or what your divine knowledge, whatever is your divine knowledge. Now this could be anything at all. What is your affinity, whatever you have an affinity for. Excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. So this is what you working hard, but there's more research, there's more looking and learning to be done, and also some contemplation, all right, which is what the quiet time is telling you. With this, you're listening to your inner guidance and just filtering out the noise, okay? Filter out the noise. And you will know what to do. I feel you will know what to do. And then, as I said, Six of Winter, positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times, traveling or relocating. So this may be, not all of that is maybe for you, but you can just take it how it resonates for you. But you're moving out of choppy waters into calmer waters. Okay, you're in your boat, you've got what you need, and you're now moving forward into calmer times and calmer seas or calmer waters. All right, and it's like leaving your troubles behind, moving away from difficulties. For some of you, traveling, maybe coming in, as I said, the 9th house in Sagittarius, that may be appropriate, or there could be a relocation as well. It's about going where your energy needs to go, where you're being led. You know, listen to your intuition at this time. Okay, Virgo, I hope you enjoyed that. Please stay on for the love reading if you'd like to. Otherwise, take care, and I will see you next time. Welcome back, Virgo, to your love reading. If you're new, welcome to my channel. This is a love reading for you and your person, your significant other, your special someone. If you want to, you can also go back to the life reading. The timestamp is below. But a lot of the themes that were in there are also coming in here, I see. So I've already shuffled and laid out the cards. It's for you and your person. You know, you may be already in a relationship, or you may only just be starting out. You may have been together for a long time. You know, just take it as it resonates for you. Now, the situation, there seems to be some sort of domestic insecurity or domestic concern going on. It could also be to do with family. So whether this is your children and your family or a family member, something has, kind of, there's been a domestic thing going on or some sort of transformational change that has been occurring. But it's going to be very positive for that person or for your situation or for your children. There's going to be a change of sort of a cycle change, and it's going to be more positive. So the Moonology is saying you and your loved ones are safe. It's a new moon in Cancer, and Cancer is always about families and home security. Emotions may be a little bit high, but new moon is always a clean slate and a new beginning. So it's like I think a fresh beginning or a new beginning is coming in for your children or for you, your family. Some sort of fresh start is coming in. And just to say that if there have been feelings of insecurity within the relationship, domestic matters or concerns about where you are living, it could also be to do with changes or perceived changes or things that need to be put in place for a relocation or for a change of some sort, affecting either within the relationship or somebody close by. So it's normally a change or a shift or some sort of like a transformation coming in for them or for you within your family unit. Now we've also got the Leo energy coming in here. Now the Leo energy is very much it's got a number of attributes, but I feel you need to bring in more fun, more romance, more flirting with your person. Bring that in. Because the Leo energy is all about that, Leo the lover, so it's about creating that in your relationship, and only you can do that. So you do that by bringing in the flirting, the romance, create a romantic environment, do romantic things, whatever is, right for you and your person. But it's also about being in that state of mind, welcoming time together and creating a romantic and loving and caring environment, a nurturing environment is very important. It can also be in some cases that there's a few egos flying around or egotistical behavior that might be happening, that can sometimes come in, or overconfidence that could be coming in. But I feel it's more to do with creating a romantic and a loving atmosphere at this time. It's a very creative, sunny, warm, heart-based energy. And it can bring in issues to do with children. As I said, Leo is the fifth house, and fifth house is always about children as well, but creativity's in there, and just expression, and loving of life. That really is the energy that comes in with Leo. So I feel you need to do that and let go of these concerns which have been sort of swirling around in your domestic situation. Get out, have fun, enjoy yourselves, and bring the romance and the lightness and the warmth in. Your divine door is this one. It says passages, spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. So it's just a rite of passage. You may be changing something in the environment or within your relationship. You may be going to a new level. And, this is always about adjustment of some sort. But there's a passage or some sort of journey that you're on. And we're always on a love journey or a journey within ourselves. And this is about going through that journey. But keep a lookout for your spiritual signs, your intuition. The intuition was very strong in your life reading, and I feel it's coming in here again as well. So listen to your intuition and allow that to guide you, and keep a lookout for certain things, indications, little spiritual indicators here and there about which direction or what needs to be done as you go along. Now, for you and your person, for you, I've got here the Ascendant. So this is always about your outlook, your attitude, and your belief, or what you're projecting outward to others at this time. So it's also your body image, and what people are seeing when they see you, or when your person sees you, or what they're picking up from you. So what you're projecting outwards. And it can also be your approach to situations. So what direction you're headed in, how you're setting your sails in order to move forward. And your worldview as well. All of those come in. But your divine door that's coming in here, it says, trust the universe. Intuition has wandered and led you astray. The timing's not yours, but the universe at play. So I feel, it's also, it could be that you're just leaving things to sort themselves out. or you need to, one of those two. This is your view. So have faith and breathe. Just have faith and breathe that things are going to be all right and that things are going to sort themselves out, Just go along, just be in the moment and have a positive outlook. Have a positive outlook, and, be optimistic. And if that is what you are thinking and what you are projecting, then that is what you're going to draw towards you, So trust in the universe, be positive, have a positive outlook, and just be careful with your body image, your image that you're projecting outwards, be positive and be, as I said, more flirtatious and more fun-loving, and bring a bit of romance in. I think that is what is needed here, just to lighten the atmosphere while things sort themselves out at this time. Now, your person has got here Cancer, so the Cancer area energy is strong with them. So this is a very nurturing, compassionate, loving energy. It's a very family-oriented energy. So that is the energy that's coming from that. I feel that family is important here. It's very important, and it should be important at this time because there's some sort of shift or change or some focus on the family unit or home. There's some emphasis on that. So, and the Cancer area energy is always about clans and creating a clan and creating a unit and being protective and nurturing of that family unit, and protective and nurturing of what's going on. Also of the body, protective and nurturing of the body. So this can be about health and diet and well-being as well. So be careful with that, as I said, because this also, your image and your image that you're projecting outwards, you want to be healthy and confident, and that's important to bring positive results. And I feel your person is compassionate. They're in their feelings, and they are in that receptive frame of mind. They may be a little bit sentimental about some things. They could be a little bit defensive about things as well, that may be coming up, but certainly nostalgia and sentimentality. But I feel it's more to do with nurturing and creating a family unit and putting family first, or just thinking along those lines, being a very nurturing and caring, but also resilient and resourceful. That is very much a Cancer area energy as well. Now, this is the Divine Door, and it says, a cure for longing. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly, then you have arrived. So I feel it's about taking bold action in some way as well, but it's also about when you live deliberately, you have a plan, you work out what you want to do, and then you follow your instincts and your intuitions, and you allow those to guide you, but you always use your instincts at the under this energy. And I feel that this is what it's saying. This person may be longing for better times, or just longing for something to come in. And it could be family related, or it could just be a direction that the relationship is going. They could be longing for that, or just wishing and hoping that things will be better in the going forward. But really, we are each responsible for our own happiness. We manufacture that, and we're responsible for that in ourselves. That can't come from another. All right, can't come from your person. So as long as you are living deliberately and choosing boldly, and you feel love for yourself and for your environment, then that is what you will draw towards you. There is a responsibility here. So as I said, each of us is responsible for our own happiness, and I feel this is what it's coming in here. There could be a little bit of moodiness and a little bit of ego coming in as well. As I said, that may be creeping in, or just like concern, which is kind of almost like a drain on the situation. So be responsible about your energy, and responsible with your time and your attitudes and your beliefs. Okay, you take responsibility for that, and let that your person take the responsibility for theirs, and that will help to to prevent issues around attachment to outcomes and dependency and so on as well. We have also got Chiron healing coming in here. So this is always about healing of some sort. Now, this is normally to do with emotional wounding of some sort, or it could be a physical wounding, getting past some sort of a physical mishap, like a little accident or something, or an injury which flares up again and then you have to deal with it, something like that. But it's normally to do with emotional healing, or ancestral or family lineage, or things that have come down the family line, dealing with that. like generational trauma. It can also be to do with childhood issues that keep creeping up and holding one or either of you back, or holding the relationship back. These can be things that you've learnt from childhood, programming, or a wounding that one or either of you has had in the past, and that kind of prevents you from moving forward. So it keeps coming up in the relationship, and that's also attached to ego. Ego is in control of that as well, because it's kind of, your energy is there and you can deal with it. And you can move on from it, but you keep going back there because it's kind of, you're getting something out of that. So the Chiron is there to help you to release aspects that keep coming back or keep surfacing, and it's kind of an inhibiting behavior. It can also be to do with needing to apply forgiveness or healing to a situation. So forgiveness may be coming in as well. Forgiveness rituals are always good. Forgive your part in whatever occurred in the past. It could be an old relationship thing. Forgive your part in it because you were doing only what you thought you could do at that time, and you're a different person now. So, you apply forgiveness to yourself so that you can release your energy from being trapped there all the time, because otherwise it stays there in that loop, perpetually going around, and it sucks energy out of everything else that you're trying to do. So it can also be about sensitivity, just sensitivity in general, while there's healing occurring around a variety of issues. So it's being sensitive, and going through a healing process of some sort. It can also be like a cleansing, cleansing of things from the past. It's part of your personal development. It's part of the relationship development. And it can be about releasing things as well, releasing things from the past, releasing old attitudes or beliefs, inhibitive behavior, or self-sabotage, self-undoing, things like that. And it also obviously releasing pain, however the pain is showing up. Now we have got here third quarter moon, adjustments are required. So I feel that there is... adjustments can be that you're on your way to something very positive. Okay, now that has already been indicated here. A little trip somewhere close to water might be helpful, a little breakaway, but an adjustment is required. Now this is usually an emotional or physical adjustment. Something needs to be looked at again or gone over again. Perhaps you haven't expressed your love enough, or perhaps there are just some directional changes which need to happen. It could be that you need to have a plan or a strategy. If you're going to go through a change or a relocation or a shift of some sort, or going to the next level in your relationship, then there needs to be some sort of plan or some sort of strategy, taking responsibility for what needs to be done in the relationship, taking responsibility for tasks around the home and what needs to be done, because there are definitely domestic issues coming up. So adjustments are required just to trim and tuck, and to reevaluate and to bring balance in. And also trust needs to come in. So as I said, trust the universe as well. There's some divine timing or some timing at play here which is busy unfolding at the moment. So in the meantime, you get on with what you need to do, and you trim and you adjust, and you get a plan together until this, while you're on the way to this outcome, which will be coming. You're just on your way there now. So there's just a few more adjustments to happen. And then for the bottom of the deck of the Divine Door, there it is. It says, so this is 1111, so double one, numbers in doubles, synchronicity in 2, don't hold back your love now, life is meant for you. So this is why it's saying, live boldly, don't hold your love back, or get stuck in an ego issue. Live boldly. Enjoy your life, and this is what the Leo energy is about. Be expressive, enjoy, have fun, make the most of your situation. This is a very important sign for partnership or union, or anything to do with union in a couple situation. It always indicates like new beginning or a new cycle, and it can be about coming into balance with your person, or a union of some sort. So it's got a lovely energy about it. There's synchronicity, there's spiritual signs which you've got to look out for here, following your intuition, but it's also about expressing your love and being in that love vibe. Okay, Virgo, I hope you enjoyed that. Please take care. Don't forget to like and share or like and subscribe. And I will see you next time.